Did you know that 33% of hiring managers know within the first 90 seconds of an interview whether they'll hire someone or not? That's right, just 90 seconds. And here's the kicker, over 60% of those decisions are based on nonverbal cues like body language and how confident you seem. So, what does that mean for you? The interview starts before you even speak. In this video, I'll show you the secrets that can almost guarantee you a job offer. We'll dive into strategies that go beyond the usual advice like dress professionally or be prepared to answer common questions. You'll learn how to stand out, impress instantly, and seal the deal with simple tricks that most candidates overlook. Stick around, because these tips can be the difference between landing your dream job and getting passed over. Let's jump into it. Chapter 1, The Power of Micro Moments. How to impress before you even speak. It's not just about your resume, first impressions matter. In fact, studies show that people form judgments about others within the first 7 seconds of meeting them. That's why your micro moments, such as your body language, posture, and handshake, are so important. If you enter an interview room with slumped shoulders and avoid eye contact, it sends a message of insecurity. However, standing tall, offering a firm handshake, and making confident eye contact can make a strong, positive first impression. According to business expert Amy Cuddy, your body language can affect how others perceive you and even how you feel about yourself. She found that adopting power poses for just 2 minutes before an interview can boost your confidence and help you appear more authoritative. Small things, like how you smile or nod during the conversation, also communicate openness and enthusiasm. Don't underestimate the power of your nonverbal cues. Research shows that 55% of communication is nonverbal, while only 7% is the words you say. So, before you even answer that first question, your presence can already work in your favor. Practice walking into the room confidently, sitting upright, and smiling naturally. These simple acts set the stage for a successful conversation. If you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss the next strategy that can truly make you stand out. Chapter 2, Storytelling versus Buzzwords. Why your resume needs a narrative. Let's face it, recruiters don't remember a list of buzzwords. You might have used terms like results-driven, team player, and innovative, but these phrases are so common that they fail to make an impact. Instead, start thinking of your experience as a story that showcases your growth, challenges, and problem-solving skills. Stories stick with people, and a great story can set you apart from other candidates. In his book The Storytelling Edge, author Shane Snow explains that stories are 22 times more memorable than facts alone. When you talk about past experiences, describe the problem you faced, the actions you took, and the positive outcome. For example, instead of saying, "I improved team productivity," you could say, "When I joined the team, we were missing deadlines. I introduced a new project management tool, and within 3 months, our on-time delivery rate increased by 30%. This storytelling method not only makes your achievements more relatable but also helps hiring managers visualize how you could bring similar value to their team. Use specific examples, and don't be afraid to show the human side of your professional journey. When they hear your narrative, they'll start picturing you in the role, and that's powerful. A study by the University of Pennsylvania found that people are more likely to remember a personal story than a list of abstract facts. So, next time you're asked about your experience, think of it as a mini story that can captivate your audience. Chapter 3, The Secret Weapon. Researching your interviewer to tailor your pitch. One of the easiest ways to stand out in an interview is to be prepared. But here's a twist. Instead of just researching the company, do some homework on your interviewer. This is a game changer. Understanding their background, interests, and even their leadership style can help you tailor your answers to better match their expectations and values. Start by checking their LinkedIn profile. You'll get a sense of their career path, any shared connections, and perhaps some of their interests outside of work. If they've posted anything recently, it could provide you with talking points. For instance, if they shared an article about leadership, you could mention how you value strong leadership in a team. Showing that you've done your homework shows that you're genuinely interested, not just in the company, but in them as a person. According to Crucial Conversations by Carrie Patterson, people feel more connected when they're treated as individuals, not just interviewers. When you tailor your responses to resonate with their unique perspective, you create a deeper connection. For example, if your interviewer's profile highlights a focus on innovation, emphasize how your creativity and problem-solving skills can help move the company forward. Here's another tip: try to find out if the interviewer has been with the company for a while or if they're new. A long-time employee may be more focused on cultural fit, while a new leader may be looking for fresh ideas and innovative solutions. Adjust your pitch accordingly. For example, if the company just went through a reorganization, highlight your experience working in dynamic environments and leading teams through change. Taking this extra step to personalize your interview will not only make you stand out, but it also shows your level of commitment and preparedness. If these tips are helping, don't forget to subscribe to get even more strategies that will give you the edge in your job search. Chapter 4, Flipping the Script, Turning What's Your Weakness? Into a Strength. One of the most dreaded questions in interviews is, what's your biggest weakness? It's a trap many candidates stumble over, but here's the good news. You can turn this question into an opportunity to showcase your growth mindset and problem-solving abilities. Instead of answering with cliché responses like, I'm a perfectionist, or I work too hard, focus on a real weakness that you've actively worked to improve. For example, if public speaking was a weakness, talk about how you enrolled in a speaking course, practiced presentations, and sought feedback from colleagues. The key is showing that you've recognized the weakness and have taken steps to address it. Research from the Harvard Business Review found that employers value self-awareness and a willingness to improve. In fact, they see candidates who acknowledge their weaknesses and actively work on them as more coachable and open to growth. So, use this question to highlight how you're constantly evolving and ready to take on new challenges. The trick is to share a weakness that isn't a core requirement for the role. If you're applying for a sales job, you wouldn't want to mention that you struggle with communication. But if your weakness relates to something like time management or handling difficult clients, show how you've taken action to improve. Just be sure to frame it as a learning experience. By rethinking this dreaded question, you can not only answer it confidently but also show that you're a candidate who can grow, adapt, and thrive. Chapter 5, The Silence Strategy, Why Pauses Can Be Your Best Friend. It's tempting to rush into answering questions during an interview, especially when you're nervous. But did you know that pausing before you respond can make you seem more confident, thoughtful, and in control? Silence is often underestimated, yet it's one of the most powerful strategies in a job interview. Studies show that people who pause before answering a question are perceived as more competent. When you take a moment to gather your thoughts, it shows that you're not just rushing to fill the silence, you're carefully considering your response. This can also help prevent you from giving a rushed or unpolished answer that doesn't reflect your true abilities. In fact, the Harvard Business Review reported that pauses are a sign of confidence. When you take a few seconds to think, it allows you to craft a more impactful response. Silence can also signal that you're processing the question deeply, rather than just spitting out a memorized answer. Next time you're asked a difficult question, resist the urge to jump in immediately. Take a deep breath and give yourself a moment. This short pause will help you gather your thoughts and make your answer more precise and intentional. You'll also appear more confident, which is exactly what you want in an interview. Remember, silence doesn't mean weakness or uncertainty. Instead, it shows that you are taking the time to consider your words carefully, which is a trait employers highly value. Chapter 6, The Follow-Up That Seals the Deal, How to Stand Out in Their Inbox. You've aced the interview, but your job isn't done yet. Many candidates make the mistake of thinking that the interview itself is the final step. The truth is, a well-crafted follow-up email can be the deciding factor between you and another candidate. A survey by Career Builder found that 22% of employers say that a follow-up email can make the difference in their hiring decision. So, how do you craft one that stands out? First, make sure it's personalized. Don't just send a generic thank you note. Mention something specific from the interview that resonated with you, whether it was a particular challenge the company is facing or a project you're excited to contribute to. A great follow-up email also reaffirms your enthusiasm for the role in the company. You can briefly remind the interviewer of how your skills align with their needs and reiterate why you're the best fit for the job. However, be concise. Hiring managers don't have time for long emails, so keep it to a few short, impactful sentences. The key is to show that you're genuinely excited about the opportunity, not just sending a generic thank you to check a box. A follow-up is also an excellent opportunity to answer any questions you might not have fully addressed during the interview. According to Give and Take by Adam Grant, the act of giving, in this case, a thoughtful, personal follow-up, can create a sense of reciprocity that improves your chances of being hired. When you show that you're proactive, thoughtful, and respectful of their time, it leaves a lasting impression. Finally, don't forget to send it within 24 hours of the interview. This shows you're prompt, organized, and truly interested in the position. A follow-up email that is timely and tailored to the conversation can be the final touch that lands you the job. If you found these tips useful, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more strategies that can help you land your dream job.